Hello, welcome back to Season 2, Episode 1 of the FM LLaMa. Today we are going to take you through the summer transfer window, introduce you to all the new players in the squad, and we also have a particularly tricky fixture against freshly relegated Arca. So the media spin doctors have been at work, they've been crunching the numbers, they've been assessing the squads, and Chrobry are predicted to finish 8th in the Polish Fortuna First Liga for the 2020-2021 season. Today's fixture brings us into competition with Arca, who were relegated from the Ekstraklasa last year, but they look pretty strong this year. They've got some players who we would not mind having in our squad, so they look like they could be a tricky little opponent today, but we have done some business. We have refreshed the squad. I will warn you, the squad is now small. The transfer window has still got 5 days left to run. We are desperately lacking in numbers, but hopefully we've got a little bit more quality in the squad. We've got some new faces. We've got some returning friends as well. So let's have a look at how we're going to be lining up this season. So we made the decision pretty early on in our tenure to stick with Michael Schromnik in goal. He played pretty well last season, was quite a good shot stopper. I think his eccentricity means that he saves the occasional penalty for us as well. So for this standard, he was a pretty decent choice. He signed a new contract on under 500 quid a week. So we're sticking with him as our first choice keeper for this season. We've promoted 2 backups from the B team and sold off our existing second choice goalie. So backup for Schromnik this season is going to be a Makujovski. He's not brilliant, let's be honest. We're only going to be using him in an emergency. The most attractive thing about this young man is that he plays for 130 quid a week. And with a budget of just £10,000 to assemble a professional squad, that is pretty much as good as you can hope for. Third choice keeper has the bonus of being an under 21 Pole, just in case we need him. He's not a million miles away in quality from our second choice either. And he's only on £100 a week as well. So we've got 2 backup goalies for just a shade over £200. That's okay in my book. Let's move on to the rest of the squad then. Let's have a look at the back four, which we have refreshed a little bit in the fullback positions. Starting with someone who we will recognise from last season. We have the returning Brazilian Conrado, on loan again from Lechia Gdansk, and the good folk of Gdansk have not made us contribute a penny towards Conrado's weekly wage, which is beautiful. We bought him in right at the start of the summer window, renewed his loan for a further 12 months. Primarily at the time we were thinking playing him as a left winger, but we have gone big with a cash signing on the left wing. So Conrado is going to be our first choice left back. He's pretty quick, his physicals are all fairly decent, his mentals are nothing to be sniffed back. This boy can put a cross in as well. Can also rifle in a long shot and take corners as well. So Conrado didn't get a lot of game time when he was with us last season because we overstocked a little bit when it came to non-EU players and we were only allowed to play one of them. We've just got Conrado as our overseas outside of the EU player for this season, so we should be expecting him to start most games. For centre-back, we're going to go with the newly appointed captain of Yaroslav Ratishak. We released Mikol Mikolek, our existing captain and centre-back, during the summer. Ratishak became a little bit of a cult hero in the relegation struggle last year. We do have an offer in for another centre-half, so Ratishak might not always be starting, but the Rat is going to be starting today's game and fighting for a place alongside Pavel Kushasik, who we signed last season for £7,500. He played pretty well, and this guy trained like Rocky for a fight during last season. All of his attributes were on the march upwards. He's pretty solid all round. He's a guy, he loves a little bit of getting stuck in, determination. For 6'1", he's got a good jumping reach as well. So we're seeing this guy's pretty much our first choice centre half for the season. And then completing the back four is our new Czech right back, Thomas Vengrinek, who we managed to pick up on a free transfer, so he's not cost us any money. He's coming in on a pretty hefty wage, though, £500 a week, but he's a good improvement on what we had last season at right back. He's fairly quick, he's good in the challenge, his determination are good. Crucially, for a guy who might be defending the back post for us, he's not too shabby in the air, and we did ship a lot of goals from crosses last season. So Vengrinek comes in as an experienced right back. We've then got our big money signing on the left wing. The squad was looking a little bit one-dimensional and a little lacking in pace. So we brought in Alexander Jagiello, who is rapid, can take all of our corners as well. He can dribble a bit, he can sling in across. His passing and vision are not too bad. He's got a bit of flair about him. He's got pretty much everything you'd want about him for a winger. He's come in on pretty big money by Chrobry standards. We've shelled out on £21,500 on his transfer fee, plus a few little add-ons as well if we get promotion or win the Polish Cup, which I can't envisage happening. But he's going to be a useful addition for us on the left wing this season. We're going with the same two in central midfield, including, surprise, surprise, Simon Drevniak, who was reluctant to sign a new contract for anything less than £2,000 at the back end of last season. We've managed to haggle him down to just £900 a week, but he is going to be costing us a small fortune were we to win the league. I don't think, having assessed our squad, that's going to be an issue. So we've got him signed up for 2 more years on £900 a week. And given how highly the coaches at the club rate him, and given the all-round quality of his ratings, we were prepared to shell out that kind of money for him. We've really struggled all summer long to find anybody of quality on the right wing. And we've also struggled to find any Polish players who are under the age of 21 that were anywhere near ready for first team football. This is as good as we've been able to do with 5 days of the window remaining. This gentleman is Matthias Dietschus, who has come in as a striker, 20 years old. You'll see from his ratings he is far from a world beater. We're going to try and retrain him as a right winger because his pace isn't too bad. He can dribble a little bit even though his crossing is not great. His passing and vision are okay as well. So we're going to try and play him as a right winger, certainly until the window closes and we might be able to bring in an under 21 Pole with a little bit more quality. He is going to be our auxiliary right winger. Returning as target man, we have the Moose. We've signed him up for another year's loan. He's costing us a fair bit of money, but I think he is worth it. Last year, he managed to notch 7 goals in the 10 games that he played. He is very, very good in the air, very strong. He's going to be a good hold-up player for us this season, and we're going to need him as a valuable source of goals because the other area of the pitch where we've struggled to get the kind of player that we hoped we would get is in our central striking position. We've managed to pick up Kamil Zapolnik on a free transfer, so he's not cost us anything. He's a 27-year-old that we've bought in, but again, he's solid, but not spectacular. His highest ratings are being able to bang in a penalty if we get one. So he's going to start as our striker today, but behind the scenes, we are desperately trying to bring in another striker on loan that has a bit of pace about them, can get behind the defensive line and maybe is Polish and under 21, as that would solve a few problems for us. We'll show you some of the other players that we've got. The squad is thin. We can't even make up a bench with injuries and suspensions for this game. So we need to bring in at least 3 players before the window closes, really just to bulk out the squad. We've shown you the backup goalie. Our backup left backs also come in on a free transfer. 26-year-old Pole Kamil Rosmus. Again, very, very solid. He's in the Ratashak mould, although he is a little shorter. He can fill in at centre-half. He can go over at right-back in an emergency. We could play him as perhaps the most pedestrian left winger if we had an injury crisis. But, you know, he had some decent mentals about him. His physicals were okay. We're not expecting him to start games, but he's another reasonable option for us in defence. We've kept Mikkel Pavlik in the squad as well. He's got a deal till 2021. He can play as cover for our defensive midfielder. He can tackle well. His physicals are great. He will break people if we ask him to, so we like that in the central midfield. We've brought in a pretty reasonable 4th choice central midfield option as well, Robert Zitarski. He's come in on a free transfer, which is good. He played in this division last season without being that successful, but his attributes are all fairly decent. He offers sort of good physicals, good mentals. For a central midfielder, he can't really pass or tackle that well. But as a backup to Drevniak and Mandris, you know, he's a decent choice. We've bought in another under-21 right winger, but whether Dominic Kedzior is the answer is open to debate. He's not very quick for a right winger, so we're going to give him some game time. He's an under-21 option for us, but we're not expecting him to finish in the team of the year. And the other striking option that we've got is Matthias Wesierski. Unfortunately, he's just a little bit too old to fill that under-21 quota. But again, as a backup for the Moose, he's a pretty decent target man. He's got pretty decent physicals. Maybe with a bit of game time, he might improve during the course of the season. So he's on board as a backup striking option. And then 2 more players that we'll recognise from last year. We've kept Stolk as a backup right back central defending option. Again, the stats are not great, but for covering across all of the back line, Stolk is a useful backup. And then we have got Maximilian Banaszewski, who would probably be our starting right winger if we can find a striking option that covers us for that Polish under-21 player. He's injured for the next few days, so he can't play in today's fixture, which is why Adicius is going to be filling in instead. We've got a little bit of trepidation about today's game. I think Arca are going to be a very tough proposition. I think we've signed some decent players. Glad to have the Moose back. Glad to have Conrado. I think Jagiello might be good as well. Not too disappointed with Vengrenek, but I don't think we have the quality about us to beat the top 4 or 5 teams in the division. I think the ones that have come down from the top flight are going to be pretty tough opponents this year. You can see by the size of the stadiums they are playing in, they are a few rungs above us in the Polish hierarchy. So this is going to be a pretty difficult fixture for us. Expecting to start today with a defeat, to be honest. So if we pick up anything from this game, it's going to be an absolute bonus. We've got a lot of work to do before this window closes. Not being able to fill the bench is a little bit of a concern. Today we're just interested in just seeing how some of these new signings settle. Bringing back Conrado and the Moose, getting them back reacclimatised. Right now, we would absolutely take a point as well. Now, we're going to say that 5 minutes in, we will take a point for today's game. Arca have got some pretty highly rated players. When you have a look at the players expected to finish in the team of the year, they've got a couple of nominees in there. They've had 3 bookings pretty early on, though. Of course, if they could have a man sent off, that might help us out no end. Here's Conrado. God, we're looking for him to get forward and help Jagiello out. Could be strong down the left this season as Jagiello on cue gives the ball away. Conrado's going to be a great crosser. Jagiello's going to have a little bit of pace about him. So hoping that we can use those two as a weapon down the left this season. Hopefully hitting the Moose from in his target man position. Jagiello's cutting inside here. Not something we've asked him to do, but if he could get some shots away as well. He's not the worst at long shots. There we go. Same old Chrobry. New season. Indirect free kicks. Harmless ball into the box. Tepid in the air. Do not seem to be able to solve that problem no matter how much we tweak it. We've perhaps not signed the commanding centre half that we were hoping for. That's why we're continuing with Ratashak. We've got this player who an offer is in for. Free transfer. He looks pretty decent. I have to wait, but there's a clutch of clubs in for him. I'm going to have to wait and see whether he chooses a Chrobry. I mean, we all know there's no real choice to make, but obviously him and his agent might not know the delights of Chrobry the way the rest of us do. There's the pace of Jagiello. Oh, and there is very, very tame finishing. First from Zapolnik, then from Drevniak. Still got Mandris with these long throws. We're training him on the bullet throw as well. Hopefully that will help. Oh, I tell you what, there's a couple of decent chances there that have fallen on the penalty spot. Tempted to say we might even be shading this game, even though we're a goal down. Dickus has picked up a knock. That's not ideal because he's under 21. Not sure what else we've got on the bench there that might help us. God, Jagiello has had a decent start. Here's the Moose. Oh, the Moose has struck the foot of the post. Took it on his left. We could do a swap at half-time. Dickus for the other Polish under 21 right winger. That might need to be a change that we make. There's not a lot between them, to be honest. Oh, there's Shromnik again. Good shot stopper. Shot stopper, even. Tough debut for Dickus. Poor debut, or second debut for Conrado. Sympathise. Do we want to sympathise? No, we're going to calmly say, let's just show me something different. Chiefly, some better finishing. Let's bring in the loan signing. He's more natural playing out there. He's not a quickie. Maybe he could put some deep crosses in for the Moose. Could see Ratashak doing the allays from the kickoff. 1-0 down. First touches for Kedzia. I don't fancy him to beat his man very often. Here's where we want it to happen. Down the left. Conrado, Jagiello. Jagiello's on a yellow. Go on, just go at your man. He's beaten him. Look, he's beaten him. He could be a good player this season. In terms of expectations for this season, if we could sneak a playoff spot, that would be pretty good progress. I think we've got the potential for a solid top half finish, especially if we can bulk out the squad. As soon as we start picking up injuries and suspensions, well, we're looking at a game with absolutely no substitutions, but we can pick up 3 more before the window closes. We might have a top half team here, and if we could get in the playoffs, oh goodness me, that was a close chance. If we could get in the playoffs, that would be a decent return for a club whose budget is down amongst the lowest in the division. We're barely scraping 1,000 supporters a week. Certainly, we don't have the budgets to compete with teams like Arca that have come down from the top flight. So yeah, top half finish would be good. Playoffs would be delightful. An outside shot at promotion from the playoffs would be, well, that would be a dream for Chrobry. And we're certainly playing okay today. I think we've got about 10 more minutes before we might need to chase an equaliser. But we've had some decent chances that have either been blocked or just wasted. So if we can see out this corner and get to the 65-minute mark, we might just nudge it up to attacking and chase that equaliser a little bit. I reckon we've got the left-hand side that can trouble most of the teams in this division. Whether they can defend is another matter. Certainly, set pieces is now our priority. We've got to try and sort out the amount we're conceding from corners and free kicks. Yeah, we've got Mandish and Drevniak repeatedly picking up the ball halfway inside their half. Good width. Here's the fullback. Here's the new Czech Vengranak. Oh, and the Moose just picks up where he left off last season. He's just nodded one home. That's good for Vengranak. First assist up from right back. And the Moose shows no signs of a drop in his prowess. He is up like the proverbial salmon, and he has just tickled that one into the corner of the net. I think their keeper could have been a little bit stronger there, but we will take that. Now, do we go attacking and press? No, we don't. 1-1 against a newly relegated team away from home. We're not going to do too much. Might just freshen up the team a little bit. Tell you what, we could push for a winner, though. We could just leave it on positive and push for a winner, because we are picking up the second balls pretty well. And look at our right back flooding forward again. Here's Jags. Oh, goodness me, Zapolnik. That's his second good chance of the game. Okay, let's have a look at what we can do from the bench. Not a lot, if we're honest. I think Mandris is having a poor game. Let's get the killer on Mikkel Pavlik. He's got that aggression of 20. We might even... Could we give Vesievsky? He's not quick enough to play poacher, is he? Might just save that one until later on in the game, but we might introduce the 22-year-old for his debut as well. God, Jags is getting some runs on players. Oh, not covered himself in glory there, have you, Jags? But he's looking like a decent addition already. We could be stronger down those flanks after the Kozak debacle of last season. It's all about getting balls into that box for Moose. We're not going to be playing a lot of... Oh, goodness me. 25 yards out. We're not going to be playing a lot of silky flowing football this season with the squad that we've got. It's pretty much get it to the wings, get it into the box. The Moose will try and make things happen from there. What's going on here? Are we not closed down quick enough? Maybe. Maybe it's just a good strike. Not sure we're blaming anybody for that one. So we're looking for an equaliser again. Come on, Drevniak. What you got? Where's the Moose? The Moose is there, but he's gone a yard over the bar. 20 minutes to rescue something. Still taking heart from this game. If we could bring in a striker who could finish. Ignore me. Zapolnik has got a goal on his debut. He's calmly passed that one into the corner. Their goalie has got another strong hand onto it and just helped it on its way. God bless him for that. Look at that for a defence that's equally as porous as ours. Very nice. And we're back looking. We're going to stick attacking. We're back looking for the winner. Conrado's picking up the long throws. Oh, goodness me, the Moose has just shaved one. Come on, boys, an opening day win. Opening day win. Not sure what Conrado's long throws are, but... Oh, okay, he scored one, but he's missed three pretty decent chances. Not sure how we feel about the Zapolnik debut. Just settling, shall we say. Just settling, let's be kind. Need to break this down, though. Where's Pavlik? Aggression of 20. Just go and munch him. Oh, Jags is there. Jags has got the pace. Okay, last 10. Look at that, double the shots, although we've not had that many on target. We're actually winning a bit of a possession battle as well, which is it's not like us. She's the new Chrobry. Can we keep this tight at the back? Not known for our defensive prowess. Ooh, Shromnik was absolutely nowhere there. Okay. Final roll of the dice, and don't see there's any point bringing on a left back. Zitarski would come on for Drevniak, but Drevniak's playing pretty well, so we may as well go with that. Don't really want to take the Moose off, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring on Wezierski, and we're actually going to give the Moose a little go as a poacher. He's got the pace about him, even though his technicals are not great. So let's see how that works. We're gonna keep it attacking for 5 minutes. Let's keep it attacking for a moment or so and just see if we can steal something. Got to defend this first of all, though. Good. Not sure Conrado knew a thing about that. He'd already turned his back on the play. And it struck him on the calves. Okay, Kedzia. Pace of 10, and it shows. Yeah, you draw that foul, young man. That's as good as you can hope for on the break. Okay, they are threatening. Let's nudge it down. Good. Nobody around you. You still dive. Nice new orange kit for Schrommers this season. Looking very dashing. Here's the youngster. Oh my goodness, he's beaten a man. Okay. Only once, but he's beaten him. He's going again. Got overlapping fullbacks there. Wengerat's looking to get him behind. He's ready to go. We're going backwards though. Oh, gone over the top. It's the Moose, the poacher. Oh, Moose. What did you try and do there? Are you swazzing that with the outside of your foot? Oh, it's Pavers. Whoa, hold on. It's Pavers. Quick, get cautious. Quick, get cautious. Did that count, by the way? Did that definitely count? Okay, whoa. Hold on 1 second. We are now 3-2 up after twice being behind against the media pick to win the league. Can you play in midfield? Can you? Oh, my goodness. All right. You are going to go and be warm and breathing in the midfield. Nope. Pavlik, you're not going up front, son. I know you just scored what could be the winner. Let's get you in there. Moose, what do we want from you, Moose? Lead the line. Lead the line. Goodness me. What to do? What to do? We've not been in the lead that often during this save. Let's regroup. Let's hold our shape. Let's drop the tempo. And my goodness, you sit there doing Sudoku puzzles every time you win a throw-in. Okay. Oh, Pavlik. Aggression of 20. It's the future. By the way, we've not seen Pavlik in all of his sub-appearances give away a penalty or get sent off yet. Look at that. Their goalie is having a torrid time. God, we'll play him every week. Okay, ref, do the sensible thing now. Do the sensible thing. Dare we go down to defensive? I think we do. 3-2. This team were in the Polish top flight last season. They're spending a lot of money on their squad. They're predicted to win the league. Away from home, well done, Cooch. Away from home, we're beating them. I'm not sure it's been champagne football, but God, we scored 3 goals. And we've done it. We just need to find a way of tightening up this defence. Goodness me, we could go for the playoffs this season. Look at that for a result, boys. Good spirits. They're attentive and ready to listen. We've not seen that before. What should we say? That was really special. It wasn't really special. It was just a routine win in the Polish second division. But I'm proud of it, boys. I am proud of it. Where's the early league table then? Show me. Chrobry sit in 4th. Oh, goodness me. Did not want to see that top of the league. What have Tichy been doing for transfers this season? What's their spending like? Oh, they've shifted. Oh, okay, they've bought a lot in. This guy, I think, was Player of the Year, and he's moved to the top division. But yeah, they've spent a little core, 44,000 on a player. Midfielder. Okay, well, all right. So Tichy looked like they could be a threat this season as well. But look at that for a first game of the season. We've taken Arca and we have beaten them. We've got the Moose scoring a goal. We've got Pavlik coming off the bench. We've got Zapolnik, our new striker, missing a few chances. Maybe could have made that game a little bit more comfortable. We will chalk that down as a good start to the season. So we've got a few games coming up against, we've got some couple of games against teams from Lodz. Bit too early to see who might be the form teams in the division. We'll play a few games offline, and we'll come back some point around here and we'll see how we're getting on in the league. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.